week's recording. Just every time I remembered, I wasn't at a computer, and when I got to a computer, I forgot. So I haven't released last week's computer webinar replay, which is very excellent. Shante gave a lot of good information. And okay, what is this? What's the topic? I'm focused up and all in. Okay. Well, the topic, Ernie was writing it in the chat room. The topic, Ernie, is that Shantae has already started working with her group. She has her first group. So she's already did her live launch. I'm in the first week of my live launch. Last week I wanted to start, but I realized that I needed to get some things together. And this week I'm realizing that what the live launch is really talking about is two things. One is to get people to attend the live launch, and the other is to close sales. So if I close sales, I need to be ready to deliver the service. I'm not, because there's new things that are coming up that I'm learning now about the live launch. So I have all of the material for how to write your e-course. I have most of it for how to get on CourseCraft and do all of that, but I didn't write it out. So I need to do that, and I need to do the live launch, which replaces other information. The live launch is really, really, really about engagement, getting people to talk to you online when you're doing a Facebook Live. And I didn't do so well. So the reason I didn't do so well is that the first, I'm up to my third live launch. So Monday I did a live launch, Tuesday, and now Wednesday. So really I'm up to my fourth live launch because I did two yesterday, I believe. So what I've been looking for is the time. When is the best time to go online on Facebook and my audience would be there? So the first day I did it, Monday, I didn't hit my audience. I was talking to myself. The second day, I hit them in the morning. And it was just like pop, 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 pop. They're all in there. And I lost it. I just kept talking, and I said hi to them, but I didn't really engage them. I didn't really ask questions or anything. So I didn't engage them. And when I was monitoring the chat room for Shantae, I was telling her all about it. Like, you got to engage them. You have to engage them. You have to do all of it. I didn't do any of that. I didn't do any of that. It's just like, you know, where did these people come from? I didn't know they were coming. I didn't. So, so yesterday I did that, and then today I said, okay, I'm ready for them today, right? Nobody came because I changed the time, and I changed the time because my advisor, who is a wonderful person, I'm not going to, you know, be derogatory, suggested an earlier time, and in that earlier time, only one person showed up, and by the time they showed up, I was into the conversation. They showed up like 2 minutes and 37 seconds, and I had switched over my screen where I had all of my notes. So I write down my notes. I have them on a pad. You know, that's how I was going to work it because I figured there would be people there. There were no people. So I went to the notes on the screen to see if that would work better. That didn't work better. And I missed one person. So all of this is to tell you some of the things that you need to be aware of when you're doing this. So what I did not do is I did not write down some questions and some engagement or interaction things, activities that I could do while I was online. So I'm trying to correct that now, and I want to, you know, like write those down, which I did not do earlier. Write questions and engagement activities. Now, what do I mean by that? We're going to talk about that at a different time. I just wanted to tell you some of the issues that are there, and I sent you the link for the social selling, so you can look at that and take some things. I also sent you a PowerPoint presentation that I made from the screenshots that I took of the social selling. So this way you can see all of the screenshots, and there's a lot of information in there. Like, for example, one thing Kelly said was 16 touches. So I'm saying, like, 16 touches, you know, I've been selling for years, and it's usually, you know, 5 to 7 touches is what you have to establish rapport. So she's saying 16. So going through the social selling video, I found that she has a page that lists all of the different touches, and there's 16 that she recommends. So that's what that was all about. So that's included. What I really want you to look at, though, is that what they're doing is not a very complicated process. What they're doing is drilling down and giving you a lot of information about how to engage with your people. Very, very, very specific information. And you really want to look at that. Like, for example, if I were to a Facebook page, do I have a Facebook page? I don't see a Facebook page. Let's see what this is. Okay, that's not it. Let me get a Facebook page so I can show you. Okay. So let's go to my share. Where did you go, Facebook page? There you are. Okay. So here's a Facebook page. Now at the top of your Facebook page, it says create a post, right? So just let me make sure. Okay. I'm in my timeline right now. So this is my Facebook cover picture. There I am. And here is things that I can do. Timeline, about, friends, photos, archives, more. So these are things that we'll talk about. But right here, what's on your mind? So I can write something in here, and that'll be a post. So I can put a photo or video in my post. I can do a live video, which is the Facebook Live I'm talking about. I can do a live event or a life event. Not sure what that is. So photo, tag friends, how I'm feeling right now. And just to move up a little bit, come on. Here's a little broader list that's in the drop-down menu that we can all go to. And you want engagement, here you go. You have the photo, feeling activity, a GIF. This you can click on, and it's going to give you ideas of things that you could attach to your post to make it humorous and interesting. And right up here where it says search GIF across apps, you can type in whatever you're looking for, like say clowns. So if I type in clowns, I'm going to get clowns. And I can pick the clown that I like. Homie, don't play that. So I can put that in, and people would be able to relate to my message because I'm clowning around also. So that's the gifts. Then you can do a watch party. And that's if you have a video that you want to share with people, and you also want to talk about the video and have them talk about the video. You can do a watch party. If you have some people that you want to make sure that they're going to see your post, you can tag them in the post, and this will come up and it says, you know, I'm with so-and-so, so who are you with? So I can put a name in here, and they will show up, and every time someone says something on this post, they will get a notification about it because they were tagged in the post. You can check in, and you can kind of say where you're at. Come on back here. You can support somebody, you can play with your friends. I'm not sure what that means. So then you can decide whether it's going to be part of your story, a news feed, if you wanted to go out to your friends, only on Facebook friends, you know, whatever you want. So these are the ways, like if you are trying to recruit your Facebook friends, then you could use that to send out a message to all of them. So Facebook gives you a lot of different ways to engage with people on Facebook. That's why this is going to work so well during a launch on Facebook, because Facebook has a lot of tools to help you with it. You still want to try and get everybody's email so that you have that in case Facebook gets a little crazy. You want to be able to get in touch with people. So what do you think so far?
Well, Ernie can't talk, right?
He can write.
Well, he can type.
Yolanda.
For me, I like it because as much as I know, there's still probably the same amount that I don't know.
Ernie said it's pretty interesting.
Yolanda's here.
Hey,
Hey, Yolanda.
how are you?
Good.
Good.
It is much more difficult to do recruitment than I imagined. And then getting people into the different places on the page, and then moving the people into the group that are appropriate for the group, and then getting your group you're going to actually work with who bought your product. I'm at a place now that I'm going through my email and seeing if I can find any more people, even though I've been through. Um, I'm really considering some kind of bonus for the person who brings in the most people. I have a really hard time thinking about bonuses, and I think some of my issue with bonuses is I don't see them. I don't what I see is I can give out a scholarship as a bonus for something. Um, I can offer an individual session with somebody as a bonus maybe, but I don't see that. And I see that I've gotten my people and used my people who did it because they know me, they care about me, they think I do great work, they're my cousin, whatever reason it is that they did it. Um, and so the second time, I think I'm gonna have to really give people a reason to to do the outreach for me.
Okay. Well, the everyone's here now, so I have a few things that I want to tell you about, but I want to finish what Shantae is saying first. I'm now um, recruiting for my group. I'm trying to get 300 people in my group by the end of this month, hopefully. And this is my third day. I have 6 people who are members, and that includes Shantae. So it's 5 people. And I think it's 4 because it includes me, right? But the thing is that it's hard if you're doing it the wrong way. And it's such a small area that you think it is, that you're saying like it should be very simple. But it really is a big area because it's engagement on Facebook. And Kelly has done an excellent job of defining how to do that. So I sent all of you the social selling um, YouTube video. I sent you the link. This is the one that is in the free Tribe of Unstoppables of Kelly's. And the reason that it's there is so that people can try it on their own and see how difficult it is. The reason that you give away content is so that the people, the prospects you're trying to sell to enroll, will then have the opportunity to use it and realize they need guidance. And what Kelly is selling is not a program of videos that you watch on your own. She's selling coaching services, which is at a higher premium. You know, $650 a month is a lot more than say a $900 to $1,500 video program, because that's about what they're being sold for now. So she's giving you all the tools. The problem is that most people still won't be able to use them without some coaching. So that comes to the second part of what I think where we're at right now. This is webinar number 33. Pretty soon we'll be at webinar number 50, and then webinar number 75.
No.
And the reason I'm saying that in a joking manner is that what we really should be doing is turning this into something else, because the webinar implies that at some point we will be finished and then it'll be over. So what do you think? Do you think that we should look at it like that and say, okay, at webinar 50 or at some number, we should all have created our launches and have our e-courses up, and that's it? Or should we continue under a different name with a different purpose?
I think we should, I don't think we should continue under a different name. Hold on one second, my computer's about, I think my computer unplugged. I don't think we should go under a different name. Hold on one second.
That's a cliffhanger.
Exactly.
I heard that.
Oh, okay, she one of them. So now let's talk about her behind her back.
Right. Yeah, I did. I just did. So I don't think we should go into different.
Yolanda, you talking to yourself?
I was, but I think we should have a cutoff as far as by this date we should be launched, and if anything, we're tuning in just to like keep each other going, updated, more like a I think you're calling it before like a mastermind course.
Right.
Where we've done it, but it's like a network, but not where we're still, trying to build it.
Right. Yeah, and that's pretty much what I was suggesting, that we become a mastermind group, help everyone get launched, and once you're launched, then we can start with the mastermind group, because then we could go to, say, once a month of a meeting like this, or once every 2 weeks, whatever people feel is necessary. And we sort of, it's a little more equal then. We're all doing the same thing. Right now, Shantae's helping me because I'm running into things and I'm asking her what happened when she ran into it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's going to happen with you, Yolanda and Ernie, that you're going to have everything up and running, and your questions are not going to be about how to do it, but about what's going on now.
Right.
And that's when it kind of becomes a mastermind group where we're all supporting each other and problem solving together. So that was my idea, and I don't know when that's going to happen, because I suspect, Yolanda, that your date of
October 21st.
Yeah.
Well, I have not given up on my date, so I met with someone today. She's gonna let me use her ring light.
She's gonna let you what?
Use her ring light, so I can start to practice, my videos. So I could get used to going in front of the recording.
Okay.
Because I've never done that before, and I know, Chantel, you using a ring light?
Say that again.
Are you using a ring light?
No.
No. I have this handy dandy lamp.
Okay.
Yeah, I just pulled another lamp up because I was told that I was too dark.
Mm-hmm.
I needed more light. So I have light, but it's without a shade, so I have to still work on that.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't really need the ring light. The ring light puts the light around the camera, so it makes anything that the camera takes brighter.
Okay.
So that's why the ring light, and it's just
I'm sorry.
It's just a way in which you can get the light to the camera and run a video. So it's like a flashlight around the camera all the time.
Okay.
Steady light.
So, okay. So, I thought it was something that I kind of needed, but she's pretty good with that stuff. She's nearby me, so we're going to get together and do that. I started my homework sheets, for the 5-day launch.
Hey, girl.
I wanted to run it by you to make sure I'm not doing too much.
Okay.
So I did day 1, day 2, day 3. So I need to do day 4 and day 5. But then I think based on what I learned from Shantae is that I need to be prepared to stretch it out, because even though the 5 days the card is open, you still have to be doing something with them.
Well, you see, here's the thing. Kelly is taking it a certain way because she has content.
Mm-hmm.
So since she has content, she's using those additional days to put in more content to make a stronger case for her.
Okay.
I don't have content. You don't have content. Shantae doesn't have content.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to do something different for those days. Jeff Walker, who is the creator of Product Launch Formula, that's the system that Kelly was using before she discovered Facebook closed groups.
Mm-hmm.
What Jeff does is he takes 4 or 5 days of education.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you're doing with the 5-day workshop, 5 days of education. Then he takes 3 to 5 days of selling.
Mm-hmm.
So he stops educating them on the 5th day. Then he starts selling.
Mm-hmm.
His selling is all based around the value proposition. So what he's doing is what he calls a sideways sales letter, which means that all the things that you have in a regular sales letter, he just flips on the side and does different sections, different days. So the last 3 to 5 days where the card is open, he's doing the value proposition. What are you getting out of this course? He's going to tell you 5 different things. Each day, one thing. Because what you're doing each day is you're talking for maybe under 50 minutes, under an hour.
Oh yeah, way under.
So you don't have to put a lot in each day. You just have to, connect with them at that 8 o'clock time each day with that information. So first day of the open cart, it could be how you're going to run your session, how a session is going to run when they actually get in. So you tell them that. The second day could be homework or debriefing or something like that. The third day could be resources and other things that are available to you once you start the program. The fourth day could be coaching and what's going on with that. Also, all during this time, you're giving them the value proposition and you're telling them the full price. So maybe by the third day, let's say, you could say, well, the full price is $1,500, but since some of you are still on the fence, undecided, why don't we make that 2 payments of $800?
Mm-hmm.
So you give a 2 payment schedule, say the 4th day. And then the 5th day, you might give them a 3 payment schedule. So this way you're trying to sell them for the second half, 3 to 5 days, the second half. And the first 5 days is strictly education.
Okay.
Now, they also break that rule because during the 5 days, if somebody on the 3rd day wants to buy, they close them.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be closing people every day.
Yeah, because I saw on Kelly, you can see people were closing with her, committing.
Yes.
When she was doing it. She was, all right, so-and-so signed up. Great. We're looking forward to working with you. And we're going to do some magnificent stuff for you.
Right. Have you been following this second launch?
I thought it started. I didn't know it started already.
Yes, it started, and you should follow it because a
Kelly?
lot of what they're doing now is what you're going to be doing, and Shantae and I are doing, now.
I thought it started later this month.
No, no. What it is that it started maybe 2 days after they closed on the, what did they close on, the 28th?
Oh, I had it mixed up.
I don't remember.
What did they close on? 10 days, let's say the 21st, right? That was what it was. They closed on the 21st. So about the 23rd, 24th, they already reopened.
I didn't realize it. So I could go back and catch up, right?
Yes.
Oh,
You need
wow.
to
I
go
didn't
back and
realize
catch
it.
up.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I was waiting for the 28th thing that I signed up for.
That's what I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you have to go in there every day, because what they're actually doing now that I'm enrolled, I'm getting all of the information that the paid information, the paid for
Right.
information. Well, when I first enrolled, they were that was before October 1st. So I got all of this stuff that was like, oh man, all this information. October 1st, they changed it. They took all of that away and just gave me level 1.
Mm.
Okay. So I have maybe a third of what was in there before. So I'm pretty sure they're going to give me that as kind of spoon feed me, level 1, you finish level 1. Now we give you level 2, like that. But I'm going to, ask them about that. So what they did was they also took some of the information that was in the course, and they flipped it over to the free course.
Mm.
So what was in the paid course, they flipped to the free course, which enhanced the free course. But what it also did was it made the free course more difficult to complete.
Mm.
So you see the logic in that?
Yeah. So that'll make me want to sign up because I can't do it on my own.
There you go. There you go. See, now that's engagement right there.
That's terrible.
That's more engagement. And
Don't do that, Yolanda.
I'm not.
You know what I'm finding out a little bit is that people want to know a little bit about me.
Okay.
How I'm figuring that out, like I did a kind of humor thing the other day and people liked it, but the humor was about me,
Okay.
so that it was safe and that I didn't want to, I don't know who's in the room, so I don't know their morals, their beliefs, their whatever. So it's all about me, and people seem to like that. You guys have different audiences, but people liked when I put up a picture of my mother. People like when I give them a little bit of me, because I think the market is saturated with a lot of these things and they're popping up all over. So people are looking to see not so much what's different about your product. They're looking for that, but I think they're also looking for what's different about you.
Mm-hmm.
What's different about your delivery? What's different about your way of dealing with me? Do I feel good when I'm with you or not? Like, I know there are 2 women, they haven't bought, but they keep showing up. And they keep showing up and they're telling me that they haven't talked to anybody about this stuff. And they feel like they're in a safe space.
Right.
To say what they have to say.
Okay.
Listen,
That's really bad to me, because you're going to keep coming through the free part, and are you ever going to buy? So I think I need to be clearer with them that the real prize
Right.
is on the other side of your dollars.
Right. Right.
Well,
you're doing the lightweight stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I did get that. They don't want a whole lot of me. Like I don't think they want me to be where they feel like, okay, you so messed up, how you gonna help me?
Mm-hmm.
But that they realize I have a grasp of the content on a personal note.
Right.
Let me just kind of pull that up a little bit. You make it a little more objective. What I think Shante is showing us is how all of our prospects are going to act,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of what the product is. They want to know more about the person behind the product to feel confident in the product,
Mm-hmm.
and that you're not just a fly-by-night company that's going to get the money and run. And I know how that feels because October 1, when the program I'm registered for all that money, I couldn't get access to what I paid for,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't get anybody on the phone. And the phone numbers that they had on the website did not work.
Wow.
And I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. So you have to be real careful about, having all of these things in place.
Mm-hmm.
And what you're doing right now, Yolanda, for example, is one of the problems that everyone is going to have. You want to be ready,
Mm-hmm.
and you're trying to be ready, and you want to get everything ready first. And what you really need to do is to be complete. You're
Mm-hmm.
never going to be 100% ready.
Right.
I'm not ready. Shante wasn't ready. You just have to do it. And one of the things I recommend you do, you got your Facebook group, closed group set up, right?
Kinda.
Okay. You got your name.
Yeah.
You
The
submitted it.
brand yourself Launchpad.
Right. So you submitted. No, that's the name of. Okay. Are you going to name the group that?
Yes.
Okay. So you need to name it.
The company is My Brand Institute, but the 5-day program is going to be Launchpad.
Right. That's the 5-day program.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily have to be the name of your closed group.
Okay.
Your closed group can be. This is what I found out after I did something else.
Mm-hmm.
Is that if you went and opened up a Facebook business page,
Mm-hmm.
now let's say you call it My Brand Institute, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So if you call it that, then they would say to you there in the Facebook page, they say you can also open up a group with the same name. So that's why Shantae's shaking her head, because she found it out also.
Okay. So I could go back to the business page now and do it that way, right?
Right. You already have a business page,
Yeah.
and it's named what?
My Brand Institute.
Okay. So let me show you right now, so we don't be crazy about everything else.
Yeah, so I know I'm not going to be 100% ready. I guess I just wanted to know what I'm talking about on the 5 days. I can move it as it goes, but I just wanted to have a handle on day one, just so I have some type of an order, so I'm not scattered.
I'm trying to find my business page. Okay. So here's my business page, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see this here where it says visit group?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So what happened is that I don't know if they're going to let me go in here. Okay. So here is the button, add to page button, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can book with you, contact us, send message, call now, sign up, send email, learn more about your business, watch video, learn more. Oh, here we go. Join your community. Okay? So join your community under add page button says visit group.
Mm-hmm.
See? And you just highlight this. There's a circle here. Click on that, hit next,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to take you to the group. I've already done it. So then they'll take you to the group, and then you can name the group.
Okay.
Okay?
And that automatically becomes a closed group.
Yeah. Well, you have to. Okay. Here.
Well, it's self-explanatory when I do it, right?
Let's go over. Okay. So your button, visit group. So it says visit group, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, step 2, where would you like this button to send people? Select one of your groups. So you have to click here so your groups show up. I only have one group.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it shows. And now I can select the group, hit save, and it's done.
Okay.
I hit finish. My button is to visit the group now. Now that's because I already have a group.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the procedure is a little bit different where you'll create a group with the same name.
Right, but I can still go in that and do it that way.
Yes.
Okay.
And I have 3 groups. Well, I have a page and 2 groups. So my page is Shiro's Grief Journey. My first closed group, which is people who I'm converting from the Facebook business page who meet the criteria for the Shiro's Grief Journey, and they're going into the closed group, which is called Shiro's Grief Journey.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third group is people who have converted from just being in the closed group to being paid members. Is called Shiro's Trailblazers.
Okay.
So I figure if they go looking for Shiro's Grief Journey on Facebook, they're going to find me somehow.
Right, right. I like that.
So where we're at now is we're really trying to do engagement.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not easy. It sounds easy, but you really have to do a couple of things to make it happen. And most of which is really about like having those tools on Facebook and using them. When you're doing the live launch, and that's the biggest tool, you want to ask, if you have an audience, ask them how they're feeling, send me some emojis, interact with them, ask them questions, you know.
Mm-hmm.
How many of you have a business? Just say yes and see how many yeses come out. I have 1, I have 2, I have 3, I have 4, you know. Everybody who comes on, you say, hi, Shantae, hi, Ernie, hi, you know. Welcome. And
Shantae, hey, good to see you. All right, all right.
there you go,
Ernie,
Kelly.
thank you for joining, Ernie.
There you go.
My man, how's it going? Good to see you.
Yeah. And it's very important because people need to feel comfortable. Shantae has a story about a woman who actually came down from the rafters and started talking because no one else was there at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And she really just was very private and didn't want to talk in front of everyone else. But she may sign up, and that's the other thing. You don't know when people are going to sign up.
Mm-hmm.
Shantae was in Kelly's first group when we were in for the September 9th one, saying, you know, Shiro's Grief Journey in the house.
Right, right.
And, you know, acting the fool. But they act like that too. They act. She was right there with them. I didn't say anything, but I bought.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So they know that, you know, those 2 things happen. Those 2 extremes happen. You don't know who's going to buy.
Right.
And you want to sell all the time. You want to try to close all the time. You know, you want to get people comfortable, engage. Yes.
My thing is I needed to make sure that when I do the 5-day launch, I'm not giving too much because The 5 days are going to be based on what they're going to actually learn. So it's like a sneak preview. So like for day 1, I'm asking them to list 2 values that are important to them. List the value and say why it's important. And then on the next part, they have to list the value and, hold on, give me a second. Uno momento. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So in the first one, it's day 1. You're basically, day 1 is the I in team. That's the theme. The I in team. So you have to list 2 values that are important to you and say why. Then you have to list 2 values. You have to then say how those values are in alignment with your current employer, like, no, your current job description. So what is it that you're currently doing? And take those 2 values and apply it to that. So I would say, hey, Shantae, how's it going? All right, so Shantae says that she values integrity, she values communication. Why are those things important to you, Shantae? Well, because I think without communication, people have misunderstandings, and if there's no integrity, there's no trust, whatever. So then I will, if we have the dialogue, I'm asking them to attach those values to the job description. So somebody may find it's so irrelevant because the job that I do, there's no place for open communication and integrity. It gets you killed or it gets you nowhere. So on day 2, I'm asking them to, it says the first day is the I in team. That's who you are, what you value. The second day is know your value with S in parentheses. So know your value, but know your values because the values are attached to your value. So you're going to go back to your 2 values and you have to find out, you have to answer why are those values important to your employer? So someone may say they're not. My employer doesn't care about integrity. My employer doesn't care about communication. Here's the assignment, do it. So we would then go to what are your values worth? I would ask them to give your values a value. So if you value integrity, what is that worth? What's it worth to you? But then on day 4, we're kind of debriefing and I'm asking them, what are those values worth to your employer? And that's called it's like a wheel alignment. So you may value these things and you may bring this to the team, but you could be in the wrong position. You could be at the wrong place. So this is why you need to brand yourself or rebrand yourself to get what you want and what you deserve. So I don't know if that makes sense.
What's the name of the course?
Brand Yourself Launchpad. I don't know.
It's I think you're doing more of a aligning them with their company.
Mm-hmm.
Your how to get promoted, how to become an invaluable asset to the company you work for.
Mm-hmm.
They're why do I want to brand myself? So you told me brand myself, which means I kind of should know why I should brand myself already, but people don't know why they should brand themselves. So you need to tell them what they're going to get out of branding themselves, not just brand yourself. Brand yourself is like the, oh man, it's been that long.
So that would be like a part of the conversation. The pieces that I went over, that's just actual like written homework. So
well, are you going to tell them what a value is?
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to have that conversation first, and then
Yeah.
they have to then determine which values they want to use.
Yeah.
Um,
And I'm only asking them to give 2 because I don't want to get into anything elaborate. I just want to give them like little snippets of some of the work that we'll do. So like, even though you're an adult that's been out there, sometimes you lose sight of your own values because you're being molded to fit the company values. Maybe that's why you're stuck, because it's not in alignment with what brings you joy or happiness. And if you're purposeful and happy, you'll tend to do better, when you're out there working. You could be more confident going to get what it is you want.
what I
Like
was looking
sometimes
for is,
people, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was looking for features and benefits.
Mhm.
Features are what you're talking about with branding.
Hmm.
You want to tell them the benefit in the name. Don't give them the feature in the name of your launch pad. Give them
Hmm.
the benefit. What are they going to get out of taking this course?
Hmm.
That's what they want to hear. Get promoted.
Hmm.
Get your boss to appreciate you more.
Hmm.
Become invaluable to the company.
Right,
Start your own business.
right. So, all right. So I just need to really, that's the goal.
Can I just share a thought with you?
Yeah.
Um, be prepared. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but there's a balance I found that sometimes people weren't answering the question.
Hmm.
So I had to fill some space,
Hmm.
and them not answering. But the other side of that was they're typing,
Hmm.
and it takes a minute for them to type. So I needed to get more comfortable in the silence
Hmm.
for a minute, giving people the opportunity to type
Hmm.
their answers in. Um, and for me, it was a delicate balance because I didn't just want to be sitting there where I could see there were people in the group, but they just weren't
Hmm.
responding. They didn't want to be the first one. They didn't want to. They didn't understand the question, whatever it was.
Right.
Um, so whatever you're writing, uh, questions have like a little bit of something to add to it if the silence is deafening.
Okay.
Well, what we said is that you should change your questions so that they become yes or no, or something they can just do with one word or two.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did true and false. Like by the
Right.
time I realized that was happening to me, I did true and false. I did multiple choice. Um, I
Right.
still did some written out questions because, um, you want to get some idea of who the people are,
Hmm.
and um, I'm gonna do my best to come into your group because I had 2 or 3 people in my group that almost always answered.
Hmm.
So it gave me something to feed on. So I'll come into your group if you want me to, because I
Sure.
actually am working on branding myself,
Hmm.
so that I can answer questions and maybe help other people decide to do that too.
Well, there are two jobs in the chat room. One is to get someone who will ask questions, but the other one is to have someone write down the key words that you're saying, Yolanda.
Okay.
If you have someone like that, that'll work out really well. If you want to, I'll I'll help to start it
Yeah, I
out.
saw you were doing that when Shantae was live.
Right.
You'll repeat like the key points.
Right. So that people can hear it, and then they can go back and read it if they didn't get it when she was saying it.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to do that so your video is a lot clearer.
Okay.
The big thing here is taking apart your presentation, simplifying it, and having questions that you can ask throughout the presentation so that you are engaging them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I have to do tomorrow. I have to engage them more if they show up. If they don't show up, it's a monologue.
Got it.
And what I figured out with that is they still come on throughout the day,
right,
and watch it.
What you also want to do is to repost the video that you make
Mm-hmm.
2 or 3 times that day, so that it comes to the top of your feed each time you do that,
Mm-hmm.
and more people will see it.
Okay.
There's so many little things that you need to do for the engagement. I'm trying to get them all together and create a video on it.
Mm-hmm.
So we need one about recruiting people so you can get your numbers up. What do you do during the time you're recruiting? You have engagement, but you also need to have something you put out, at least a big thing once a week.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could, is resume one of the 9 sections of your signature
Yeah, I
course?
believe so. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you might do a very, very brief thing about resumes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for that whole week. And then a cover letter could be another topic for another week. How to dress to impress. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pick, one major topic for each week that you could hit on. And then you could also figure out what information you could give each day of the week also. So I'm going to collect all of that and try and give you that before Monday.
Okay.
And if you're uncomfortable with Facebook Live,
Mm-hmm.
use your personal Facebook, because those people know you, right?
Yeah.
Use your personal Facebook page. This is a suggestion. Use your personal Facebook page. Share with the people on your personal Facebook page that you have gone into business,
Mm-hmm.
and that you have a business page, and tell them how to get to your business page. That way you're practicing with people who you're comfortable with,
Mm-hmm.
but you're also getting people moved over to your business page where they can get a little bit more information.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you can go on your own page and ask people to do things or whatever if they don't move. But if they're people they're not as threatened by going on the Facebook page
Mm-hmm.
as going in the group. Sometimes people don't want to go in the groups. So you get to know them on your Facebook business page in a different way. But start making videos even to your family. Just, hey, everybody, haven't talked to you in a while. It's Yolanda. I wanted to say hi. And I if you remember at the beginning of this, I was not going to show my face.
I remember.
That was not an option. I did not get this technology thing. That was not going to I was never going to learn it.
I remember the first day.
And so practice on your personal page if more comfortable.
Okay.
I think it's time to let Yolanda go.
No, I'm
Okay.
okay.
No, you're not.
I am.
You've been working all day and it's 10:21.
Yeah, but I had what I wanted to do. Hold on one second. I want to send you my the sheets that I did work on
Okay.
because I need to make sure that it makes sense.
Okay.
So, like when I just walked you through what I had, I don't think it connected well enough
Okay.
to the objective. So my plan is to, I don't want to go more than 20 minutes talking. And I wanted to do, like they get the homework assignment on one day. We do debriefing on the next day and have open discussion. So one day is homework, one day is open discussion, like an open forum. Third day is homework. The next day is open discussion forum. That's where I'm really getting into the why you need to brand yourself. So the why it's important. So I would take the activity that they did, but then really bring home the importance of branding yourself and why that's important, why that's necessary, why this course is going to help you do it, and what you're going to get out of it. So by the time you finish the course, you will be able to you'll be in a position to present yourself, whether it's a promotion or even creating a job. You know, you want to show your employer why you are needed to do X, Y, Z. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I
Sometimes.
actually did that.
Mhm.
The job I retired from didn't exist. I helped to create it.
Right. Right. You want to show, I want people to realize you can show your employer why not only are you needed, but you're the person that's needed to do X, Y, Z. So my goal is to put people in a position of being unstuck and losing to moving and winning. And sometimes you have to create your own position or you have to create your own need. You have to create the need. Or not create it, but you have to show the need. So I want people to be comfortable enough doing that. Or if the job says you must have a 4-year degree, maybe you've been there 15 years with no degree. Why are you able to get this done?
Okay, so what about something that has to do with a niche as the benefit, the title of your launchpad?
What do you mean?
Creating your own niche, how to
Mhm.
create your own niche on your job.
So the other thing is, look, sometimes you need to leave a job.
Yep.
So I'm not going to be telling people quit your job, but when we finish, you should be in a position to say, you know what, there's something else I need to do or can do. You don't leave, you stay put, but you start moving and preparing for something else. Sometimes people are stuck and they need to go be somewhere else, like me. I mean, I'm not stuck, I'm moving strategically. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe,
How to take your career to the next level.
yeah. I want it to be more than moving where you are. Sometimes it's time for you to move out from where you are.
How to take your career to the next level,
Right.
whether that's staying or going.
Yes. Yes, it's more of that.
So I know Uncle already said we should let you go. Maybe you need to
I'm
come
okay.
up with
She don't want to go.
four ways that you can brand yourself.
Uh-huh.
You can brand yourself to be better where you are. You can brand yourself to seek a promotion. You can brand yourself to uh, to go into a whole new career, and you can brand yourself to start your own business
Right.
or something. I don't know, but maybe you want to have. I'm working in these areas, so if you're looking to brand yourself in one of these four areas, I'm your girl. You're
That's
looking to
basically
brand
what it is.
yourself to get women, I'm not your girl.
Right. Right. So that's basically what it is in a nutshell. I don't want it to just be advance where you are. Like, for example, I worked with a gentleman once, and he was a per diem worker. And he wanted to be a regularly employed staff member. And they kept telling him, like, oh, it's not time, it's not time. But he was there almost every day. He was great. And I said to him one day, I said, you need to leave. He said, well, why would you tell me to leave? I said, because it's not going to happen for you right now. I said, sometimes people don't get your value until you're not there. I said, you don't let anybody dangle carrots in front of you. I said, you leaving is going to be a loss to me, but I'd rather lose to see you win. I said, the door will always be open. So he left. He ended up going to ACS, and he called me. He said, hey, I got a job at ACS. And I said, you need to leave there. He said, well, you told me to leave this place. I said, right. I said, but that's not for you. I said, in about 2 months, you're going to see it's not for you. And I explained to him why he won't do well there. He called me up. He said, I can't do this. I said, I know that. But he ended up going to parole, making a really good career for himself. But my point is, the job he left originally was calling him to come back. Like, hey, we have an opening for you. Can you come back? He had the option to say yay or nay. That doesn't always work out that way. You understand? But it's an example. And there was another person who they kept saying he couldn't be promoted because he wore braids in his hair. And he was always well-groomed. He was incredible. And I showed him how to position himself so that those who were in a position to move him would see. And we did that. And it took someone from Albany to come down and say, this guy needs to be promoted. So that's kind of what I want to do. Like, show people that sometimes you got to make a hard decision, but you got to move. You got to make a move one way or another. Either position yourself to win where you are or position yourself to win somewhere else. And you can brand yourself. You can.
Oh, I like that. I like that tagline.
Which one?
Either position yourself
To win where you are. Yeah.
Or position yourself to move whatever the second part of that was. That was nice.
Yeah. Like in Elroy's case, he was able to create a position for himself. That's incredible. Everyone may not get that opportunity. So, all right. I'm getting closer, Elroy. I'm getting closer.
You have to, what Shantae found out and I found out is you have to actually start the different pieces because they start talking back to you.
Yeah.
So you need to have that Facebook group, the Facebook page. You need to start writing the content because it's going to start talking to you. So send that content you already wrote.
Okay.
You're going to need a cover picture. There's just so many little things that become big if they're not done.
Right.
And then you have to go through all of the procedures to set up your Facebook page, your Facebook group. There are different things that have to be done for each of them. Everything is on a YouTube video, though.
I know.
Okay.
I told the young lady today that's going to be working with me that I have to launch by October 21st.
You don't have to.
Well, I need to.
Okay. Well, the reason I said
we can't be here for Thanksgiving, Elroy.
What I'm saying is that you need to set everything up and start getting people in because the thing that takes the most time is recruiting your members for the group. And you don't want to, Shantae did it anyway. She only had 63 members and she launched. Now, I've been at it for 3 days. I have 4 members. It's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to get to that point where you're recruiting members as soon as possible. You actually right now have less than 2 weeks for your deadline. So I wouldn't want to try to push that on anybody.
So
You really need more like 4 weeks to recruit.
okay, so the last question I have, when I go open up the closed group, people will then see that group and I should start engaging them now, letting them know this is what's coming?
Well, see, this is the thing. That's why you want to set it up. So then you can figure out what your strategy is.
Okay.
Like right now, we're talking about it. When you get it and you do it, you start looking at everything. Like, how many people do you have as Facebook friends? How big a email list do you have? How many of your Facebook friends and your email list are people who need career advice? And what advice do they really need? Because there's so many different ways you can write the benefit or the name of your 5-day activity, that you really want to try and make it something that the majority of the people in your Facebook friends and in your email list that they would need, that they would benefit from.
Okay. Or refer people that they know would benefit, right?
Say it again?
Or refer people that they believe would benefit.
I'm not understanding.
So if I have people on my Facebook page who are nearing retirement, or like I'm comfortable where I'm at, I don't have much longer to go, but I know people that could benefit from this, they could refer people.
Yeah, see, Shantae's shaking her head like that because she thought of that also.
Right.
And she's thinking about who can refer. Let me be real clear. The first group you want to attract are the people who benefit directly from what you're going to do.
Okay.
Everybody else, if they come, they come, but you want the people who benefit the most. My biggest problem right now is that my list, and for years, I've really just been talking about, showing individual achievement.
Mm-hmm.
Like a group of Black kids that are going to Harvard, first Black judge in Iowa, things like that. So my friends are posting and reposting those kind of things. Now I'm coming in saying about business, I got to find those people.
Right.
I'm not, in a way, known for that now. Now, if this had been 10 years ago, I was teaching.
Mm-hmm.
So I was known for it.
Got it.
So this is the thing that you have to look at. And that means that more than likely, when we get towards the 2 weeks away from my launch, I will probably do a Facebook ad so I can pick up people.
Okay.
And it like, for instance, from my open group, I think Ernie referred me somebody.
Mm-hmm.
There was a young lady she fit the criteria for the program, but wasn't interested in going through the program, but she referred about 3 or 4 people.
Mm-hmm.
And then my cousin, who isn't eligible for the program, made one referral, and that person referred 3 or 4 people.
Right.
So I didn't know who was gonna be who.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When I invited them to the Facebook page. Now,
Right.
I made a mistake and I invited people into my closed group that I shouldn't have invited into the closed group, because I was trying to do the ambassador thing too.
Mm-hmm.
which is a whole nother conversation, I guess. But you may not know who's who until you get them to your Facebook business page where they can get a link to invite other people.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I was only thinking that because a lot of people that are my Facebook friends, they're, like I said, pushing retirement, recently retired, or, doesn't mean they're not looking to do something else.
And they may, you know what, I'm retiring, but I know 4 kids on the job that I'm leaving
Right.
that really need some help.
Right.
And so I'm going to send them your stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so, Elroy, I will send you what I have so far.
Okay.
Dante, I'm gonna just send it. I'm gonna send it to everyone. And
I was going to ask you.
To,
make suggestions.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, expert.
Hey,
You.
he the expert.
Nah, I think you taught him everything he knows.
He taught me everything I know. I just ran with it faster.
All right, cool.
Good night.
All right, people. Ernie, you still there? Good night.
Good night, Ernie.
Silent on us again.
Ernie said, I'm here.
Well, Ernie, what's going on with you, with your product?
Yeah, good question.
Ernie, we're waiting for you to tell us what your product is.
I think maybe he's typing. He has the cops and kids, right? With the basketball piece, and he also had the eBay stuff, right?
No, he said he wants to show young people how to play basketball like he shows his son.
Oh, the videos and stuff, right?
Right, because there are other parents that want their children to learn the game, how to play it better.
Right, I remember in full detail now. I forgot about that for a minute.
Well, Ernie's not responding.
Cool.
There he is.
He's really cool.
Sorry, I was going to type a book, but let me just say young people, basketball, and cops.
Right, okay. All right.
Okay. Cool. Ernie, you need to get a launch date. Set a launch date. Let's get going. Anything else from anybody?
Nope.
I just need to do my closed group, and I'm gonna go look at that right now. And I need to get you my homework sheets.
Okay.
And my speaking points, and you can, put your thoughts to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
Good night.
That's all, folks. All right. I will send that stuff probably tomorrow before noontime.